And we are back, folks. Sorry for that technical difficulty there. But you know how it is in the world of podcasting. Sometimes, let's just say it, shit happens, right? Everybody can see us and hear us before we bring on this very special guest. So, if you are tuning in, let us know. All right, so we are. Okay.
Well, if you can hear us, that's a good thing. If you can't see us, that's not a good thing. We're going to try and work through this show as we fix the technical difficulty of being able to see us. But either way, as I say in Hollywood, the show must go on. So we're going to continue. Right now, like we said, we have a very special guest with us today. Um,
That we're definitely going to end up bringing back because this man got a lot of good stuff. All right, so let's bring our special guest in. Like I said, we're going to roll with the punches right now. But we do have a very special guest, the one, the only. Well, let's break it down. Not only is he a producer, he's a director, an actor, and more. Let's get right into it. Let's bring him on. Let's bring Vell Smooth into the building. What's
Yo,
going on, Vell?
yo, what's up? What's up, everybody? How y'all feeling out there? Can y'all hear me?
yep, we can hear you just fine. You sound great, man. You sound great. You know, listeners are saying they're giving a thumbs up and clapping. So
They're
there we go.
clapping, so they appreciate you. I'm gonna put that up.
Thanks for having me, man.
So let's get right. Let's hop into it for a little bit. Why? So we can see you, Vell. We're the ones that's having a little bit of technical difficulties on our end, but they can hear us. They can see you. So we
Okay,
gonna make it happen. All right.
okay, okay. Let's do it.
So let's talk about what you do.
Um, what I do is I make music. I make films. I make music videos. I shot a lot of music videos for a lot of local artists in my city. For those that don't know, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. So yeah, I just do a lot. I'm also an author as well too. I mean, we can get into that a little later on in the show, but I got a book that's out on Amazon right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Called 10 Rules to Survive in the Federal Correctional Institution. You know what I'm saying? Like, growing up in Cleveland, Ohio, man, it's a little rough out here, man. So I done made some bad choices and mistakes before that then landed me in a federal prison. I did 8 years in the federal prison and I just came home at the end of 2019, so I've been walking a nice straight and narrow, you know what I'm saying, ever since then, man.
Okay. So when you talk about let's stay on the book. Let's stay on the book for a little bit. Um, you said it's available and it's on Amazon right now, right?
Yeah, and I'm up under my name as an author or whatever, but it's I don't know if you guys can see it pretty good right there, but it's called 10 Rules to Survive in the Federal Correction Institution. Make sure y'all check that out. It's on Amazon right now. I don't know if they got a what view y'all would get if y'all was to go on Amazon, but you will see me in the little insert on the back and stuff like that.
Hmm. Okay.
What inspired you to write that book?
To be honest with you, man, a lot of people be curious as to what go on in prison. Whether it be mostly females, but some guys also be, curious as to what go on in prison. So I just decided to give, people like an insight of like some of the personal experiences that I went through. You know what I'm saying, being in a federal correctional institution.
So you're talking about Fed time, not even state time.
Right, right. And again, I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, man. You know what I'm saying? So I've been to the state prison before, but that book right there is particularly dealing with going to the feds, though. Yeah, I did fed time and I did state time.
Okay. Okay. How's the book doing?
It's okay right now. I got to work on my promotions, and hopefully that's where you guys come in at, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we locked in now, man. So, you know, you all got to let them know, man, to check me out, man, when they get a chance, man.
Yeah, so I mean, so you've got what many hats on here, right? So we understand. So you're not only a writer, but you actually have a movie. Now, is your movie based off the book, or is it totally different street, going down a different path?
It's a whole totally different element to my movie. I got a movie. I got a lot of short films on my YouTube channel right now. I got a film company. It's called Smooth News Films, and um, I got a lot of content on my YouTube channel right now. But the movie that I got that I'm going to be putting out on Tubi. Shout out to my homeboy Cali Boy. Y'all had him on the show once before. He made the movie. Tunnel Vision, that's on Tubi. But the movie that I got that's gonna be on Tubi, and that should be out any day now. So make sure y'all be sure to look out for it. It's gonna be called Nobody Safe. So growing up in Cleveland, Ohio, man, it's real it's ruthless for lack of better words. So I just, take everybody into like the underworld of Cleveland and show them how things go around here, you know what I'm saying? And the title is perfect, man. It's like Nobody Safe in Cleveland, man. You can be rocking with a dude, you know what I'm saying? Y'all going strong with y'all friendship, for 90 days, 6 months to a year, and then eventually he might cross you out, man.
Okay, okay. So now, I got a question for you. So this is your first film, right? First full feature film, full
Yeah,
feature
yeah.
movie.
This gonna be
So
my
now, we actually got a question right now in our chat. They wanted to
okay.
know how long were you down?
I did 8 years in the feds, yep. And I got out at the end of 2019. And this ain't nothing I take pride in. Don't get the wrong impression. Well, I do take pride in it, but I'm not saying this to be braggadocious. But I went to the Federal Correctional Institution, and I kept my mouth closed. I didn't tell on nobody. All this stuff is like public information. You can look me up. You can ask anybody that I've been locked up with or anything. You know what I'm saying? So I did 8 years, and I did it with morals and dignity and things like that.
So when you were sitting down for a little bit, is that where the inspiration came from, writing a book to wanting to do short films to doing a full-length feature film now and everything else?
Well, to be honest with you, actually, no. That's kind of where I guess, should I say, had the time to do all that. But prior to me being locked up and being incarcerated, I was already making a lot of like videos for a lot of local artists in my city. See, again, like I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, so we don't have a lot of resources in the entertainment field. So I took on that responsibility to film underground artists or film local artists and be able to show them to the world and broadcast them to different people to let them know, hey, I know y'all probably don't hear much about Cleveland, Ohio. When y'all think of Cleveland, Ohio, y'all think of Bone Thugs. Shout out to Bone Thugs and Harmony or whatever. But uh, I wanted to show everybody that it's more than just Bone Thugs and Harmony in Cleveland. So I started like interviewing a lot of the local artists in our city, and things, start taking off for me. But soon as things took off for me, that's when I had to go pay my debt to society. So during that time, while I was paying my debt to society, that's when I was thinking like, oh, I planted a seed, and it started growing. So it kind of made me learn how to like fertilize my presence, or just fertilize like my content period. I started saying, you know what, I shouldn't only do I didn't want to put myself in a box. I'm like, you know what? Instead of me just doing interviews, I'm about to do it all, man. I'm about to just showcase everything, man. Like I'm multi-talented, so I just wanted to just let everybody know and understand, like, hey, Cleveland, Ohio get overlooked a lot, but there are some guys in Cleveland, Ohio, like myself, that can do like a great multitude of things.
Okay. Okay. I like it. I like that. So as far as let's get into your short films. Let's talk about, well, for one, how many short films do you have? And you said they're on YouTube, right?
Yeah. I was going to community college and for films also prior to getting locked up. But you know how you take semesters, you might have a class on this day or a class on that day. So it wasn't like it had my full time and my full attention. But some of the things that I've learned going to school was that, and I get asked this question all the time. I'm gonna just give you a small backstory, but I ain't gonna get off topic. A lot of people ask me, "Oh, you made a film? How long was your film?" So these are some of the things that I learned to school. It's a secret and it's a technique, but you know, we locked in right now. We family, so I don't mind sharing this with you guys. Uh, it's not like a time limit on. For example, a short film can be anything considered 30 minutes or less. You know what I mean? It's all about painting that picture that you're trying to paint, you know, to your audience or whatever. So I have a lot of short films. I got a lot of like 2 or 3 minute skits. Like I got one on there called Junkie Part One or Junkie Part Two. And for example, the Junkie Part One, it just takes you into the world of showing you how a person can become a junkie in the first place anyway. And I played my homeboy, man, he resting in peace right now. His name JB. I played a lot of roles. He met with me, calling me Madea, like, damn man, you gonna play every role in the movie or whatever. But in the junkie short film that I particularly got, I was the one who played the junkie and you know was stealing out of stores and running out the house all night. Then on Junkie Part Two, um, shout out to my stepdaughter. Her name was Skaya. She was in there with me, and I was just showing how once you reach that breaking point to where your kid looking at you just being upset and hurt by your ways and your actions, it just showed how I overcame being a junkie or whatever. Like,
Awesome, man. So, it sounds like to me you're using a lot of personal inspiration for your movie in
yeah,
your shorts.
yeah. I got a movie on there also. It's called The Company You Keep Part One,
Okay.
and I got another two films on there that y'all should check out. They're kind of cool. It's called Been There and Done That. Part One and Part Two. These are some of the films that I got on my YouTube channel or whatever.
What is your
The name of my YouTube channel is called Smooth News Films. But if anybody type in my name, Vell Smooth, that's V as in victory, ELL space SMOOTH, then my channel should pop up though. Everybody should be able to go into my channel, but it should have my logo on there, which is all black with like red letters or something like that on there.
All right. Now I want to get to the fun part. This is probably some of the stuff we want. I know earlier we were talking about before we got on. You said you had a little one, right?
Yeah, he knocked out right now.
How old is he?
2 years old. You know,
Okay.
when I got out of prison, I met this young lady, man, beautiful young lady. And she's younger than me too, man. So I said, that's perfect. I'm glad I met somebody that could match my stamina, man. You know what I'm saying? And I wound up getting her knocked up, man. You know, we got a 2 year old and we've been riding ever since.
okay?
Awesome. So you know what? Is that your first kid?
No. I started off young, man. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of kids, man. You know, I actually got a few grandkids, some that I haven't even met yet, you know, but when I ask my sons about them and stuff, they tell me, hey, let me deal with it, you know. not to put his business out there, but I had one son who him and his kid's mom be having like a lot of verbal disagreements. So I asked him like a man, I said, hey, if it's not a problem, is it okay if I talk to her? Because I want to be able to establish a relationship with her and my grandkids to where even if you guys are into it, I would still be able to go get the grandbaby and stuff like that. And he told me, hey, you stay out of it. Let me handle that. The part of me is like,
Knuckleheads, knuckleheads, man, knuckleheads. That generation,
yeah, yeah,
generation.
exactly. Because a part of me was like, dude, I'm your daddy. You ain't my damn daddy. How you gonna tell me what to do? Like when it's pertaining to my bloodline, you know?
Right. So, you know what? First, I want to say, holidays are around the corner, and we celebrate them early here. So, happy holidays, man. So,
Thank
I
you.
know this new movie that you sent us the trailer for. When should we be expecting that?
And drop the name of that one more time.
It's gonna be called Nobody Safe, but I'm sorry, man, but I don't have a release date for that, man. You know, I need to get back with the team and ask them when things. Last time I talked to them, dang, that was about, man, dang. Last time we had like a real big meeting, it was like September or whatever, and they was telling me everything looking good and we should be ready for everything to come out right now. But I haven't really heard nothing, man.
Okay, so is the film done?
The film is done. It's turned in. I already signed the contracts and everything. It's gonna be on Tubi, streaming on Tubi. And I'm just waiting. Last time we talked, they said it's going through QC right now, which means
Quality
quality.
Control. Yeah.
Yeah, it was going through QC. So since it's been going through QC, I haven't heard anything else though. But you know, I don't know how long. I don't know what the process is for going through QC. But that was the last thing I heard.
Okay, okay. All right. So what I know you said that you don't have an exact date. When would you like it to be released? Like the first quarter of next year? Because it's slated for next year. We know that for a fact. We just don't know exactly when. Is there a specific time frame or a timeline of when you would like to see that film release?
Yeah, that will be something cool for the holiday, man. You know, because like me personally, I have a lot to be thankful for. So Thanksgiving is a very, very, very good holiday for me or whatever. So, you know, man, growing up as a kid though, even though like I said, we don't have a lot of resources in Cleveland, we did have family. You know, we was taught about the higher power, you know. So, you know, of course I attended church and stuff though, but um Thanksgiving was a time to just sit around and watch movies and things like that, man. You know, one of my favorite movies growing up, but definitely, and I'm pretty sure, man, I don't really know how old you guys is right away, but I'm pretty sure we came up during the same era, man. But one of the movies that was like my favorite growing up was like Home Alone, man, and Ninja Turtles, man. I still watch the movies to this day, man.
Oh man.
Classics, classics right there.
So you know
Yeah.
what? Here's a question I think many people would want to know. What has been your inspiration being?
Last thing I heard you say was what's my inspiration?
What?
Uh,
How old were you when you decided that you wanted to go into filming?
I say I was um I say I probably was around 17, 18. When I was younger, I was in like a dancing group. I don't know, man, what it was, but it was just something about music that like I noticed within myself that when music come on, I can cut the rug, man. And I'm talking about this dating back to like the MC Hammer days and things like that. You know, I used to be too legit to quit, man. You know what I'm saying? So they had us in the dancing group and they would take us to like these different cabarets or is y'all familiar with what a cabaret is? I don't know what y'all might
Yeah,
call them.
yeah, man. Yep.
Okay. So
Well,
we
actually,
would
We don't call them cabarets. We call them strip clubs.
okay, so we would go to different little things like that and like display our little dance groups and the reaction that we was getting from that would just be like amazing. So it that's when I kind of started noticing like, okay, I see like people be entertained by I ain't gonna call it an antic though, but people be entertained by some of the things I do. I'll just say that for example. Or me and the dance group as a whole. I'm not gonna just take all the credit for everything, but the inspiration start I just start noticing like, dang, what if? we was able to like showcase this like for people to see. I wonder how will people react to stuff like this or whatever. So it just was like a collective things of thoughts and experiences that made me want to just give it out and give it a try though.
So okay, so you really so but basically what you're saying, you really didn't have an inspiration, but you just at a certain point you realized how you were destined for spotlights.
I guess that's his way of saying that this was his outlet for him. And because what I'm hearing, growing up in Cleveland wasn't easy. Am I right?
Oh no, it's not easy at
Okay.
all.
So you needed to. So basically, all I'm saying is that maybe this was an outlet for him that fell upon him. Does that make sense? You
Yes, because
know,
it's very, very Cleveland is very violent. It's very uh it seems as if a lot of people here is just a lot of people here is angry and they need to practice on a conflict resolution, man, because all of their conflict resolutions result in violence, man. You know what I'm saying? They have to practice on stuff like that, man.
So I know you said with this one movie, and we watched the clip. So for your future movies, are you going to stay in that same genre, or are you going to expand? 'Cause I know you said some of your favorites were Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Yeah.
and Home Alone. So are you looking to kind of go to make a
do more family movies.
family-based movies, holiday movies? Is that what you're looking to do?
Of course. Also comedy movies, romantic and things like that. I don't want to be put in no box. It's way more to me than just like the typical urban film. Like so for an example, even with the urban film that's gonna be on Tubi, things like that come so easy to me because again, that's like our everyday life. That's like something we see, that's something you hear with your homeboys you go to school with, you might work with. Like that's just like an everyday life for us. So that was easy to make. So once I got the connection with Tubi, and again, shout out to Cali Boy because I had talked to Cali Boy, man. He's real down to earth. I watched this movie and everything, but once I got the connection with Tubi and I did a little research on them, like reaching out to people and asking them, hey, how did that work for you and stuff like that. Once I seen that I had that outlet, I'll just say this too, for lack of better words. I just rushed and put something out there. It's still a good movie. It still got all my movies are gonna have some type of learning.
A message to it.
Yeah, it's gonna have some type of substance to it. It ain't gonna just be just a collective of things. It's gonna have some type of substance to it. But once that I seen that, okay, I basically had the outlet for the movies. I went on and turned that in quick, just so I can get myself out there and just sit back and reflect. Like, wow, I'm really on a streaming service now. Like it was just like um a realization for me, or just like a revelation to know like I can do this, man. I can really do this. A guy from Cleveland, Ohio can do this, man.
Right there. How did it feel to see your short films on YouTube, or getting the reactions and everything else like that? Like, how did that feel when you got to that moment?
Uh okay, just bear with me. So let me see how can I explain this. What's crazy is the way it felt, even though it felt good inside, and it was like a sense of insurance. It still felt I still felt lonely, if that makes sense. Also, let me explain why. When I came home from doing my 8 years in the feds,
Now,
ask me that again. Just pausing it. Little technical difficulties. It's gonna come together, though. I ain't going nowhere. If y'all can hear me, I can't hear y'all anymore. But I'm here, man. I told y'all we locked in now, man.
Well, we got our video back, folks. Sorry about that. We had a little technical difficulty trying to get things together, but as you know, things work out for the good of them that are patient. In case you missed it, we did have
Vell Smooth
on the show, aspiring actor, director, producer, artist in general. He even has a book on YouTube. I would tell you to go back, rewatch that portion.
Go get the book. Go get the book. I'm actually gonna make it a point to actually read this book because I just want to hear. I want to read.
If you're gonna hear a book,
he might have it on Audible. He might.
He didn't mention. He said Amazon. So.
Amazon.
So if you got it on Audible, let me know.
I will.
But you know, we're back. We're back. You know what? How about this? We're going to do impromptu right now because guess what? We were supposed to have him for the whole show. And as you saw, those of you that were being patient with us, we lost visual. We lost visual, but you could see him. He had a lot of good points there.
I just like that this young brother came from a place, a dark place, and turned a negative into a positive, if that makes sense. Meaning that,
well, I want to say he's still in the process.
I would agree with you on that. Okay, I'll agree with you with that.
Because you got to remember, he said he started with filming underground.
Did bedtime.
Ended up 8 years. And
yeah.
Got out, started getting a family together with a young lady, raising a 2-year-old now, and I think that caused him to rethink his priorities. Probably get back. I guess him being locked up for 8 years made him rethink his priorities and figure out, hey, this is not it.
I'm gonna tell you what really happened. And he got out of prison. Saw a baby girl, was all like, yeah, that's it right there. Yeah. I think that's what happened. Fell in love. Maybe she inspires him.
That's what I was going to say.
Maybe she inspires him.
Or it sounds like he's got another little boy here because he's talking about his oldest one. So it sounds like he's got another little boy here that maybe that's what caused him to say, you know what, let's change this narrative. Let's make this change. And be more positive, being a positive influence for my own child is greater than him seeing, this new generation of him is let him see a new version that the other ones didn't see.
Well, he said it himself, even with his kids, the way his kids got kids, he's a grandpa, you know what I mean? And his kids was telling him, no, we ain't rolling like that. We doing this, so.
Well, no. What he said was he wanted to have a relationship with the baby mama to see his grandchild. His son told him, no, let me do it my way. So I will say that the generations coming up, y'all are not better than anybody else. I hate to tell you, it's been there, done that. Let the grandparents, because guess what? Letting the grandparents do that, you may have access to your own child because the grandparents now have a relationship and they're able to plug you in there. Come on now.
Or you never know when you're going to need that grandparent. You never know. You don't know what life is going to bring you. You might get into it. Coming from his lifestyle, I'm just putting myself in his shoes. It might be a position to where, oh, shit, I can't take care of him. Grandma, mama, step in for a little bit.
Can you help me out? I need you.
You know what I mean?
And, grandparents, when it comes to the grandkids, and those of you that are grandparents that watch the show, we are right when we say this. Y'all will push your kids out the way when it comes to them damn grandkids.
Yeah, you sure would.
Y'all will push them out the way.
And let them get away with murder.
Oh, and murder.
Let a homicidal murder at that.
They could be serial killers, the grandmother and grandfather.
That ain't my baby. That ain't my baby. They ain't do that.
No, what did they do to him or her? That's not what we're saying here. We're saying they killed a few people, about 7, 8 of them, and burned them in the backyard. No, they did. Well, we know what, my flowers are blooming.
So I know we've been having a little bit of technical difficulties throughout the show today, but we still rolling. In the comment section, let me know who's tuning in right now. Let me know.
Actually, you know what? While y'all tuning in, who in the heck has been watching the news lately of the NBA? What is going on? What is going on? Draymond, really?
Hey, look, I told you what I said.
He
I
actually-
told you what I
He
said.
went to
I'm good.
Medea's show. 1-800 choke that hoe.
Yeah, and he choked Rudy Gobert.
The hell out of that.
1-800 choked it. Hey, look, Klay Thompson got into a scuffle. That nigga said,
That's what started it.
You ain't getting involved in this shit.
Well, what's funny when they go back and showed it, they showed that Rudy Gobert was really trying to break it out. He wasn't trying to fight.
And the slow motion was even worse.
Oh my god!
That nigga said,
It was like
that shit was crazy. That mess was
with the
crazy.
chariots part. Dun, 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 dun.
Please go home.
I got beans and bologna.
Oh, Lord Jesus Christ.
But you know what, y'all? We enjoy y'all. As y'all don't know, so here's what's going on. Really. Birthday tomorrow. Big time with everybody that's involved on
Don't bring me into your shit.
Friday. Yeah, Friday. Now, unfortunately, what we're supposed to do tomorrow, I'm not doing for my birthday. I was thinking about having everybody wearing, onesies. We go play some golf. So we're going to delay that till next year, and we're going to do that next year. Everybody wearing onesies, we playing golf. Now, I hope y'all wear warm onesies because it's getting kind of nippy out there. Out here, I should say. In Air I Zone IA.
No, across the country it's starting to get cold.
Well, across country, they getting snow. We just getting cold. They getting snow. You gotta look, you gotta clarify. They getting snow and we getting cold. I'll take the cold over the snow. But when I see snow, I automatically shut down. I can't do
But
it.
you're from Baltimore.
That don't mean a daggone thing.
Man, shovel the snow, Anna, man.
I ain't shoveling shit. I'll go there. I'll do like the one dude that they said I ain't got an ice scraper, so he took a hair dryer, took his girlfriend's hair dryer, plugged it in.
No.
He put the windshield in the car.
No.
It melted the snow.
No. How long was he out here doing that shit?
He wasn't there long because remember them hair dryers get hot fast.
Fuck that. Hell no.
Them Blair dryers, hair dryers, whatever they call it, they get
Hell
hot fast.
to the motherfucking no.
I tell you what. This bro right here. Well, actually, I do have an ice scraper from when we were in Pennsylvania. I don't even know where it is though. It's probably lost somewhere. So I'm gonna be borrowing my daughter's hair dryer, my wife's hair dryer. I'm gonna double bang it. Will we get snow, bro? Matter of fact, actually, tell you what. If we get snow, that'll be the day I'll be Ubering wherever I need to go. If I got to go to the grocery
I'm
store,
glad
I'll
you
Uber.
clarified that with that statement because what you said before has me a little concerned.
Now I'm gonna take both the blow dryers and blow off that motherfucker.
That's not what you said.
We gonna be up in here. We don't play that. We don't use them things. No, there's no such thing as snow. They always say if it ain't snowing, I ain't going. I tell you, if it is snowing, my ass is in the house.
No, I heard a bitch say if it ain't snowing, she ain't home.
How the hell does that apply to actual snow?
Men need love in this cold.
Oh.
I don't know. That's all she said. I enjoyed it. It was funny. It was hilarious.
But then the other big thing, and I know you were excited for this, December 23rd, one of the biggest fight cards we've ever seen.
No, fuck that. Tomorrow on your birthday is a good fight. I'm gonna watch that fight. Why? Because one of my favorite fighters. I was gonna say favorite rappers.
You did say rappers.
Look, my mind is on something else right now.
Obviously so.
Look.
No, one of your favorite rappers is fighting.
But look, speaking about that,
Is Blueface fighting? Because he's the only rapper I know that can actually fight.
he's not my favorite.
I didn't say he was your favorite, but he's the only rapper that I know that can fight. Is Blueface fighting tomorrow? I don't know.
Shakir Stevenson is fighting tomorrow.
Named after other than actually, you know what? You could say that because he's named after none other than who? His mom's favorite rapper, who was, in case you didn't know. In case y'all can't tell by the name Shakur, it's Tupac Shakur. Who's living in Jamaica right now, right? Or no, wait.
Trinidad
Trinidad, yeah. I'm about to say he's in
with dreads right now.
leave it to conspiracy theorists. Him and Biggie both living in Trinidad.
Biggie dead. Biggie couldn't survive that. I'm sorry. Yeah, I've had a little bit too much to drink, but it's all good.
Conspiracy theorists. theoretically.
No. So next week we're gonna talk about Israel and Palestine.
No, we're not.
No,
No, we're not gonna talk about
yeah,
that.
we are.
No, we're not. It's getting enough play. What I do want to discuss is actually, as of yesterday, a shout out to the people living in Iceland. I understand you guys are going through some crap right now. You have 1,400 earthquakes in the past 30 days. Ain't been big news. And now our volcano is about to erupt. They had to evacuate a few of the cities outside of the capital of Iceland. So I hope everyone is doing well. But I will say, you know what? At least they do things right on time.
You know what I'm gonna say about Iceland and Greenland? Off topic, but I was reading an article and doing some research. It's not geographically as big as what they say it is. Both countries.
What do you mean by that?
Like, so I was reading an article. It was stating that how a lot of our continents on map, on paper,
Right.
have been exaggerated in regards to mass, length, width, how long it takes you to get from one side to the other. From what I was reading, and this has come from multiple different sources, that Greenland and Iceland isn't as big as what it's mapped out to be.
Well, here's what I have to say about that. Of course, they're going to focus on that because they always want to be proud. More than likely, they're international geographers with U.S. geographers, but U.S. is more influence. And I say that for one thing. Because when you look at it, the whole world is not the same size. Hell, there was a new island that just came out of nowhere. I think about a month ago, a new island popped up off the coast of Japan.
That's not new.
So
that's been sunken for decades.
No, it was a volcano erupting that
and
actually
caused it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm talking about the other one out in the Atlantic. What is that island that they just said that they discovered that's been there for generations, but it's just been covered
it
with
just
water?
popped up.
Yeah.
It started raising up.
Yeah.
Again, volcanic underwater volcanoes started rising it back up. So in Japan, there's a new island created. So if you've got money about, I think, well, it's inflation, so probably 20, 30 grand, you can probably buy yourself an island. There you go. But in saying that, so saying, geographical sizes, I'm quite sure the size has changed. I'm quite sure the maps, a lot of the maps as we know with the globes, they've not changed.
No, but what they're saying is that land mass itself isn't as big as what the maps portray it to.
What I'm getting to is this: the United States as a whole, North America isn't the same size. South America isn't the same size. So nothing is the same size. So for them to say it's smaller, okay, that's not telling me anything. We know, just like we know in Italy, it's going underwater. I've seen the videos. Italy is sinking. So again, what happens? It's not the same size.
That's how you want to look at it.
So when I look at that, I'm saying, okay, you're telling me something that geographically is correct, scientifically is correct. Nothing is the same size as it was even 100 years ago, let alone 70. People are like, that's a long time. No, actually, it's not. If you think about it, the Earth's been around for
millions of years.
Exactly.
Put it like this. Oh, I'm glad that you brought that up. So you Bible thumpers that really thought in the book of Genesis that God created this earth in 7 days. But in the same book, it says 1 day with God is like 1,000 years with man. So if we think about it realistically, they say God built earth in 6 days and rested on the seventh, right? Did it take 6,000 years for him to create this world?
Also, I'm going to read something out of the Bible. That did you know that women were late to get into heaven?
Oh shit! What the? Oh, we're ending the show. We're in. Oh my god! What the fuck?
I'm saying it's scripture. When he got to heaven, for half an hour,
Heaven was quiet.
For half an hour.
I seen that. I saw that.
I just want to say.
Yeah,
so in saying that, I hate to say, but some of y'all people. One thing I always say, and my mother always told me this too. God had a sense of humor. If you look at some of the people around you, he definitely had a sense of humor. He might have been drinking a little heavy on the wine in a couple days.
And we're leaving on that.
But because some of them folks. Some of them, I can say my birthday, but I can say what the hell I want.
Okay.
Some of them folk. What? Why am I can't even get it out. I'm just thinking, some of y'all folk, y'all you know
He ain't gonna say it. Good night, folks.
Those
Thank
of you
for
that
tuning
use the
in.
black permanent markers for your eyebrows, the permanent tattoo
We
eyebrows,
appreciate the love.
the caterpillar eyelashes.
Thank you for staying with us through this hard
The
time.
men getting sewn or glued weaves or whatever heck it is.
With the technical difficulties, I appreciate you.
Yeah, well, I ain't done yet. And then you women with the weave talking about you want a real man with the fake nails and all that stuff. Come on, y'all, do better. And men with the fake hair. This hair is this is natural. That's natural too.
No, don't touch my head. You know better.
Negro, please. These are naturals. We don't have them.
Until next week,
you
folks.
can't take mine off. You can't take
Bye.
that off.
Bye.
You can't-
Bye.